the day, cloudy and cold, occasional flurries, and then heavier snow showers move back in, I think, for the afternoon into this evening. Some of those could put down a fresh coating to perhaps an inch, and temperatures are going to stay steady into the low 30s for the afternoon, drop into the upper 20s tonight, and then back up into the lowest 30s with real feels teens and 20s with more flurries and snow showers around tomorrow. Near 30 with some sunny breaks Wednesday. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Steve DeVore, WWJ News Radio 950.
It is cloudy, 30 degrees in Howell this hour, 29 reported in Flint, and we have 33 reported in Ypsilanti.
WWJ isn't only on radio. You can also find us on the radio.com app, on Roku, and by asking Alexa and Google Home to play WWJ News Radio 950.
WWJ News Time, 10:50. It's another victim of the pandemic and one of the world's longest-running wildlife field studies. WWJ's Jim Matthews has details.
Since 1959, a research team has spent most winters watching the interplay between wolves and moose at Isle Royale National Park in Lake Superior. Well, because of the coronavirus pandemic, an official says that this year's mission has been scrapped in order to protect the scientists and support personnel from possible exposure. The remote park is closed from November 1st to April 15th, and the winter researchers normally make use of a single cabin, which won't allow for safe social distancing. The scientists are trying to document how a mission to rebuild the wolf population that had declined in recent years is affecting the island ecosystem. Jim Matthews, WWJ News Radio 950.
WWJ News Time, 10:51. The Feldman Report, sponsored by Walsh College.
It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, a national holiday. It's not a day off, it's a day on. I'm Murray Feldman with the Feldman Report on WWJ News Radio 950. By calling this a day on, Martin Luther King Jr. Day becomes the only federal holiday of service, a day to be on, to do volunteer work and do something important for the community. In a typical year, our volunteer hours add up to $184 billion. When you break it down, volunteerism is worth about $24 an hour to the organizations it benefits. The organization VolunteerHub.com says most volunteers work with only one organization a year, spending an average of 50 hours donating their time. The intent of the day is not to increase our own individual fortunes, but to do something nice for others. However, volunteering can help us get ahead in the business world. 6 out of 10 hiring managers say if they see a job candidate has a history of volunteering, they're more likely to hire that person. Those who volunteer reportedly have nearly a 30% better chance of getting a job. With the Feldman Report, I'm Murray Feldman, WWJ News Radio 950.
And we do have an update from Washington. Participants in a rehearsal for President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration were evacuated from the west front of the Capitol on orders of security officials. This after a fire in a homeless encampment, according to officials. And those who had gathered for the walkthrough, including a military band, were directed to head indoors and moved into the area of a secure location inside the Capitol complex. People involved in the rehearsal said security officials had yelled, "This is not a drill." 4 law enforcement officials told the Associated Press that there had been a blaze several blocks over and the rehearsal was evacuated in an abundance of caution.